The Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still. Exodus 14:14. Today has come to an end, and maybe you feel like you failed today. Maybe you feel like you weren't strong enough, not clear enough, not in control enough. That's okay. You can cry now. You can lie down and let the Lord stretch out his arms and hold you. God listens. He understands. You don't have to explain everything. You don't need to come with solutions. You are not a problem to be fixed. You are a child to be loved. Breathe out the pressure. Breathe in the presence of the one who never demanded perfection from you. Let the masks fall. Let the tension loosen. You don't need to have it all together. You just need to be honest. The Lord is near to the brokenhearted. And tonight, if all you can do is whisper a shaky help, that's enough. You see, there are moments when fear doesn't shout, it paralyzes. And maybe you've been caught in the cycle of questions that begin with, what if? What if they don't understand me? What if I get rejected again? What if I mess it all up? What if I'm not strong enough for what's ahead? These thoughts don't just make you anxious, they freeze you. But you're not alone in that. Do you remember Moses? He stood in front of a burning bush, not with confidence, but with trembling excuses. What if they don't believe me? What if I can't speak well enough? What if they reject me like before? And you know what? God didn't scold him for his fear. He simply reminded him, I will be with you. God didn't ask Moses to be perfect. He asked him to trust, and he's asking the same of you tonight. Not for your performance, just your presence. Not for your polished words, just your open heart. So let's go even deeper, because this is where real healing begins. God invites you to come exactly as you are, not as the strong version of you, not the version with all the answers, but the real you, the one that's tired, confused, maybe even disappointed. Come as you are. Come with the tears you haven't cried yet. Come with the silence you've been holding in. Because even your silence is a prayer. Even your sigh is sacred. God is not confused by your confusion. He holds it gently, and in that quiet holding, he begins to whisper truth into your weary soul. You are not alone. I see you. I love you. I'm not leaving. You don't have to pretend with God. You don't have to perform. The more honest you are, the more healing can begin. And here's the shift that changes everything. You don't have to carry it all. You're not the one holding the universe together. God is. So release it. Whatever it is, the fear, the pressure, the expectations, the confusion, hand it to him. Lay it at his feet. Let God handle it tonight. You don't need to have all the answers before you sleep. You don't need to map out every outcome. Faith doesn't mean control. Faith means trust. And sometimes, trust looks like resting when nothing is fixed yet. Sometimes, resting is the most powerful act of faith you can choose. So choose it. Stop rehearsing conversations in your mind. Stop spinning in circles around things you can't control. Rest. Not because you've given up, but because you've given it to God. And even now, in the quiet, he is working behind the scenes. Miracles often begin in the dark. Breakthroughs are born while we sleep. So lie down in peace tonight. Not because everything makes sense, but because God does. Dear Heavenly Father, tonight I lay down every effort to hold it all together. I've tried so hard to appear strong, to think ahead, to keep going while everything inside me feels like it's unraveling. But you never asked me to have all the answers. You never demanded perfection. So I breathe out my performance and breathe in your presence. I let go of the idea that I have to figure everything out before I can come to you. I don't need a 10-step plan tonight. I need you. I need the safety of your love that surrounds me even when I have no clarity. I need the comfort of knowing you still call me yours, not when I'm better, but now, just as I am. Even when my thoughts are scattered and my heart is unsure, you remain steady. So I surrender the need to be in control. I release the pressure to be perfect. I open my hands and simply ask, Lord, hold me. Speak peace into my questions. Remind me that your understanding is enough when mine runs out. Wrap me in your mercy as I lay everything down. Even if I don't know what's next, I choose to rest in the one who does. I also bring you the fear behind every what if. What if I fail again? What if this doesn't work? What if I'm not strong enough, smart enough, good enough? These questions loop endlessly in my mind, trying to prepare me for the worst, but all they do is paralyze me. And yet, you never lead with fear. You lead with faith. You led Moses, even when he trembled. You spoke life over him, even when he doubted himself. You didn't ask him to be ready. You asked him to trust. So Lord, I choose that tonight too. I won't let fear rule my thoughts. I won't let dread write my future. I hand you the swirling what-ifs, the haunting memories of the last time I failed, the inner critic that keeps saying, not again. Silence the storm inside me, Lord. Remind me that I walk with the I am, not the what if. And because you go before me, I can stop trying to predict the future and start resting in your presence. Even in the unknown, I choose trust. And God, if I'm honest, I'm not just tired, I'm weary in my soul. I've smiled when I was breaking. I've nodded when I wanted to scream. I've said, I'm fine, when I felt lost and alone. But you already know the truth. You see the tears I held back. You feel the frustration I swallowed, and you don't turn away. Thank you for being the kind of father who doesn't require me to perform. I don't have to bring a polished version of myself to prayer. I just have to bring myself. So I offer you what's real, my confusion, my sadness, my numbness, even the silence. Lord, I give it to you, because I believe. You hear the words I can't say. You translate the sighs. You hold space for the ache. You don't just tolerate my humanity, you dwell with me in it. And that is the miracle of tonight. I don't have to hide anymore. I am known. I am safe. I am loved, even in this. And so, in this place of honesty, I finally let my guard down. I stop pretending I'm okay. I stop striving to be strong. I stop trying to hold it together for everyone else while falling apart inside. Because weakness is not the enemy here, it's the invitation. My fragility does not make you distant. It draws you close. In my trembling, you become my steadiness. In my confusion, you become my clarity. In my exhaustion, you become my strength. You are not ashamed of the mess. You are not disappointed in my doubts. You are not pacing heaven, wondering why I'm still not better. You're just here, holding, listening, covering me in grace. And so I let go. I stop wrestling. I place every anxious thought, every broken dream, every unanswered prayer in your hands. I trust you'll hold it all until I'm ready to rise again. And even if I don't feel strong tomorrow, I'll still be held. Now that we've poured out our hearts, it's time to lean in even deeper, because the next part of this prayer will carry your soul even closer to God's gentle hands. Don't go anywhere, the next words are for you. Father, I welcome you into the chaos I cannot seem to organize. I do not pretend that my mind is still. I do not fake clarity I do not have. I lay here tonight, and the racing thoughts still rise. But instead of running from them, I run to you. You are the only one who knows the pattern in what feels like a mess. You see the origin of every fear. You know why my thoughts replay conversations, fears, and worries, and you do not shame me for them. You walk into the clutter of my thoughts like Jesus entered the temple not to condemn, but to cleanse. You sit with me, not asking me to sort it all out before I let you in. So here I am, letting you into every anxious corner, every mental loop, every question I've tried to suppress all day. My mind may not be quiet, but your presence brings order into chaos. You are not overwhelmed by what overwhelms me, and so I let you have access tonight, not just to the clean parts, but to the tangled, overthinking, self-doubting parts. Come and dwell in my thoughts, Lord. Make my mind a sanctuary, not a battlefield. I give you my right to overanalyze. I give you my impulse to control what I cannot understand. And I ask that even as I sleep, you would lay your hand upon my head, Speak peace to the storm within me, and silence every voice that is not yours. Now, Lord, I ask you to prepare me for tomorrow, not with fear, but with wisdom. I do not ask for a step-by-step plan, but for a surrendered heart that recognizes your direction when it comes. Give me discernment in my decisions. Help me notice the gentle promptings of your spirit. I don't need to know everything that's coming, I just need to know you're already there. Just like you gave manna to the Israelites enough for the day, give me wisdom for each moment as it arises. I don't need the whole map. I only need to walk with the one who sees the end from the beginning. And so I say, speak, Lord, for your servant is listening. I may feel unsure, but you are not. You are the God who gave Joseph dreams, the God who gave Daniel insight, the God who gave Solomon wisdom greater than any man. And tonight I ask that same wisdom to rest upon me. Even in my sleep, impart it to my spirit. Guide my subconscious. Let my dreams be filled with divine clues. Let me wake up not with worry, but with a knowing, even if I can't explain it. Give me eyes to see what others miss, ears to hear what you whisper, and a heart that recognizes truth. I refuse to carry the burden of knowing everything. I choose to trust the one who holds all things together. I trust that when I seek wisdom, you give it generously, not because I am good, but because you are. I release my need to feel progress in order to believe that you are working. I let go of needing signs to know that you're moving. I may not see it, but you are shifting things. I may not feel it, but something is being restored. Even in silence, you are not still. Even in waiting, you are not absent. I hold on to the story of Ruth, a woman who lost everything, yet chose to follow you through uncertainty. She didn't know that in the ordinary obedience of gleaning in fields, you were setting her up to be in the lineage of Jesus. So tonight, I cling to this truth. I don't have to see how it ends to know you're in it. You are doing more behind the scenes than I could ever imagine. I am not forgotten. I am not being punished. I am not behind. I am being positioned. And so I rest tonight, not because I know how it will work out, but because I know who is working it out. I refuse to judge the story before the chapter is done. I refuse to define my life by this moment of confusion. I may feel lost, but I am being led. I may feel uncertain, but I am being held. I may feel behind, but I am being prepared. And even if I wake up tomorrow without new clarity, I will still trust the ancient and unchanging truth that the Lord will perfect that which concerns me. Psalm 138:8. God, I surrender the illusion that I am the one holding everything together. I have been acting like the center of the story, the problem solver, the planner, the one who must anticipate every possibility. But tonight I lay that role at your feet. You are the author. You are the builder. You are the one who works all things together for good. I give you back the weight I was never meant to carry. I am not you, and that is the most freeing truth I can receive tonight. You saw this day before it began. You will still be sovereign when this night ends. I surrender not only my questions, but my desire to answer them all on my own. I surrender not only my anxiety, but the pride that tells me I should have figured it out by now. I surrender the identity of fixer, and I receive the identity of child. You are the Father who sees, the Father who knows, the Father who shows up even when I feel like I've failed you. I have nothing to prove, I only have to belong. And I do, not because I earned it, but because you chose me long before I chose you. If I try to walk into tomorrow in my own strength, I will crumble. If I try to control the outcome, I will become consumed. But if I walk with you, I will be safe even in the unknown. I will be steady even when emotions try to pull me apart. I will be strong, not because I am unshakable, but because you are. And so I say again, I do not chase the past. I receive what's ahead. I will not replay old conversations in my mind. I will not spiral in imagined fears. I will not assume the worst. I will rest, because resting is not weakness. Resting is faith. Resting is trust. Resting is worship. Resting is saying, God, I don't need to be in control because I believe you already are. So tonight, I breathe. Not because everything is resolved, but because I am releasing it to the one who resolves all things in his time. I don't need to rise up, I need to lie down and let God rise in me. And if you're still working, I will still be trusting. And if you're still silent, I will still be worshipping. And if I'm still in the middle, I will still be believing. I am not where I was, and I am not yet where I will be, but I am in your hands, and that is enough for tonight. Father, tonight I give you permission to meet me in the truth that I am not okay, and that this does not disqualify me from your care. I stop pretending that strength is required in your presence. I stop editing my emotions before bringing them to you. I allow myself to be honest in the quiet, honest in the dark, honest in the place where no one else is watching. I admit that some nights I feel heavy for reasons I cannot explain. Some nights I feel tired beyond sleep. Some nights I feel fine on the surface but fractured underneath. And instead of fixing that feeling, I lay it before you. You are not offended by my weakness. You are not surprised by my fragility. You do not withdraw when I say, I'm not okay. You draw closer. So tonight I rest in this truth. Being unwell does not mean being unloved. Being confused does not mean being abandoned. Being overwhelmed does not mean being faithless. You are the God who met Elijah under the broom tree, not with correction, but with rest. You did not ask him to explain himself. You gave him sleep, food, and gentle presence. And in the same way, you meet me here. I do not have to feel better to be held. I do not have to resolve anything to be received. I am allowed to be human in your arms, and that permission alone begins to quiet my soul. Lord, I bring you the disappointment I rarely speak out loud, not the dramatic kind that announces itself, but the quiet kind that settles deep and lingers. The disappointment of prayers that felt unanswered. The disappointment of effort that didn't yield fruit. The disappointment of hoping carefully, only to feel let down again. I confess that sometimes I don't even feel angry, I just feel tired of expecting. I've learned how to smile through it. I've learned how to function despite it. But tonight I don't want to carry it silently anymore. I place this disappointment into your hands, not as an accusation, but as an offering. I trust that you can hold what I don't know how to name. You see the places where hope grew weary. You see where joy dimmed not because of sin, but because of endurance. And you do not shame me for that weariness. You restore gently. You heal patiently. You work slowly enough to be kind. So I ask you now to touch the places disappointment hardened. Soften what has become guarded. Revive what I stopped believing for. Not with pressure to hope again, but with safety to rest. If joy returns later, I will receive it. If clarity comes later, I will welcome it. But tonight, I only ask that the weight lift enough for me to breathe. I trust that even this disappointment is not wasted. You are weaving something redemptive even here, even now, even in what I thought was empty. Father, I confess the burden of feeling like everything depends on me, the constant internal pressure to figure it out, manage it, anticipate it, and hold it together. I didn't always notice when that belief settled in, but I feel its weight now. The sense that if I don't stay alert, something will fall apart. The fear that rest equals irresponsibility. The lie that no one else will catch me if I stop. Tonight, I bring that belief into your light. I release the false responsibility that I must be my own provider, protector, and savior. I was never meant to carry that role. You never asked me to. I choose now to let you dismantle that pressure gently, layer by layer. I am not holding the world together, you are. I am not sustaining my life, you are. I am not keeping myself safe by staying awake, you are. And so I allow myself to stand down. I allow my nervous system to relax. I allow my mind to release its grip. I allow my heart to trust that I will not be punished for resting. I am not being careless, I am being covered. I am not giving up, I am giving over. And as I do, something inside me exhales for the first time today. Lord, as sleep approaches, I ask you to minister to me beneath consciousness, beyond thought, deeper than language. Touch the places logic cannot reach. Heal the places memory has numbed. Restore the places I've adapted instead of healed. Let this sleep be more than unconsciousness. Let it be refuge. Let it be repair. Let it be communion. Guard my thoughts as they slow. Guard my heart as it softens. Guard my body as it releases tension it didn't know it was holding. If my mind wanders, gently lead it back. If emotions surface, hold them without urgency. I do not need to understand everything that rises. I only need to remain with you. You are not rushing this process. You are not frustrated with my pace. You are patient in your healing, faithful in your presence, steady in your love. And even if nothing feels different when I wake, I trust that something unseen is already shifting. You work in silence. You work in rest. You work in the night. So tonight, I let myself be small. I let myself be held. I let myself not know. I let myself sleep without answers, without resolutions, without pretending. I trust that tomorrow does not depend on my vigilance tonight. I trust that you are doing what I cannot. I trust that your care does not pause when I do. And in this trust, I settle, not because everything is okay, but because I am not alone in what is not okay. And that is enough to rest. Lord, tonight I place the unknown in your hands. I surrender what I cannot see. I release the pressure to figure it all out before I sleep. I may not know the outcome, but I know your heart, and that is enough for me. You never asked me to carry the weight of tomorrow. You simply invite me to trust you now. So I let the worries unravel. I let the fear fall off my shoulders, and I breathe in the safety of your nearness. I may not be able to predict how things will unfold, but I can rest in the truth that you're already there. You go before me, you surround me, and you are working behind the scenes in ways I cannot yet imagine. So I lay here under the covers tonight, not with certainty in my circumstances, but with peace in your presence. And that peace is deeper than control. It is not the kind of peace that depends on everything going right. It's the kind of peace that whispers, even if everything falls apart, I am still held. I let you be the one who carries the burden of the future. I don't have to prepare for every possibility. I don't have to guard myself against disappointment. I don't have to hold every detail together with trembling hands. I give the future back to you, Lord. You're a better planner than I am, a better protector than I'll ever be. So instead of overthinking, I choose to worship. Instead of trying to force an answer, I choose to fall asleep knowing you're still writing the story. There is no safer place for my life than in your hands, and no sweeter place to rest than in the arms of the one who knows the end from the beginning. Your word says, you will keep in perfect peace those whose minds are steadfast, because they trust in you. Isaiah 26:3. So I anchor my mind in that peace now. I welcome sleep as a gift from you, not as escape, but as an act of surrender. Thank you, Father, for being so patient with my process. Thank you for sitting with me through all the overthinking, all the stress, all the spirals. Thank you for never rushing me or criticizing my delay. You wait for me with gentleness. You steady me with love. Even when I question, you remain kind. Even when I fear, you remain faithful. So I go to sleep not because everything makes sense, but because I'm learning to believe that even this will be used for my good. And while I sleep, you are still speaking. While I sleep, you are still moving. While I sleep, you are preparing doors to open, hearts to soften, and ways to be made where there seemed to be none. Lord, I also lift up every person listening tonight. You know their unspoken needs. You see the exact place where they feel tired, or scared, or unseen. Would you wrap your arms around them? Would you whisper reassurance over their heart? Heal the places that are sore from striving. Restore what life tried to take. Give them permission to rest, not because everything is solved, but because they are loved. May this night be different. May it be holy. May it be soaked in the awareness that we are not alone. I speak peace over them. I speak stillness into their room. I speak clarity into their mind. I speak courage into their spirit. Thank you for hearing us. Even now, thank you for staying close all night long. We rest in you, Jesus. We sleep in your truth. and we wake up in your mercy. Amen. You don't need to be perfect tonight. You are already deeply understood by the one who formed you. Even the silent sighs of your soul are known by God. He sees the tears you don't show, the battles you face quietly, and still, He stays. He holds you. He surrounds you with mercy and rest. Tonight, may you feel safe to let go, safe to sleep, safe to be held. What are you placing in God's hands tonight? Like if you feel understood by God, subscribe to Shine Light to end your day in His faithfulness. Share with someone carrying too much. Good night.